Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Alchemy with Lizzie. This is episode 48. And I'm going to be so honest with you all today. My brain is completely scattered. It has been a long week since last week, and everything feels heavy and everything feels scattered. And I've had so many beautiful conversations with so many people where they're having breakthroughs and there is awareness, but at the same time, it feels like liminal space or other people who feel like they can't get past themselves. And then mixtures of everything all together. And the collective consciousness is shifting and it is breaking but rebuilding at the same time. And while I'm scattered, I'm going to try to do the best that I can to explain or bring through what I feel needs to come through. And normally, I don't have notes for episodes. I just kind of channel and I say things with intention. But there's so much inside of me that it was very difficult for me to even try to put it all down. So every once in a while, I have to do things off of notes because my brain is taking, I think different parts of it have taken different trains in different places. So, that being said, while everything feels like it's in chaos, chaos is needed to dismantle everything that is not meant to be, no matter how scary it may seem. This might be in your personal life, this might be on a global scale, this might be in lives of other people's that you see, but things must dismantle in the time they are meant to dismantle to rebuild stronger in the way that they are supposed to be. This is alchemy. And this is what I have explained over and over again in terms of my personal growth and the growth that I've seen in other people. We have to burn everything within us that is not us so that we can become whole in everything we are meant to be. And that being said, I do believe that I've read this before, but I wrote something. It's not done yet. And what I'm realizing is that the things that I've been writing, they're stories. I did channel something extremely powerful this week, but I'm not ready to share it yet. And it's not just mine to share. It belongs to the Black Cathedral. And it's not time. That being said, it will definitely be something scary for me to release. But I'm going to read you a couple of lines of something I wrote months and months and months ago, but it's not done yet. But I do want to read it because it does mesh with what I'm trying to say. It does go together. So, explosions within my being, violent yet beautiful eruptions that rain down stars from the heavens, lights the flame of passion and energy. It burns away everything I am not and begs me to take its hand, to stop, to pause, to listen. As I stop fighting my head, my body begins to soften and release, and my heart opens. Now, again, this is just part of something that I wrote. It's not, the story is not done yet, and I will keep adding to it as I feel called. So, as we are going through shifts, as we are transmuting and alchemizing, there are different things that we need to try at different times. And sometimes we have to wait for the right time to include an ingredient. And I'm going to, I guess this is kind of like an analogy and a metaphor and all of the things. So, what I'm seeing is a lab. And in that lab, we are all trying to create this kind of, we're all creating individually our own gold to become whole. But at the same time, we're all sitting in this lab. It's noisy, it's chaos. We all have these beakers everywhere. And this person's asking this person what needs to be put into the beaker to create gold. And this person is like, no, but I need to create gold this way. And so they put that in there, and then the the solution goes awry and something happens and there's an explosion, and we have to keep doing this over and over again. And it's kind of like that game of telephone when you're a kid, and it's like by the time it gets to the last person, the whole story has been messed up. So imagine having a lab where everybody is trying to talk at once, everybody's trying to create something better and more beautiful, but then there are other people who are frustrated because they can't seem to figure things out. And some people leave the lab, and then we're here left creating still. We're all co-creating this space, and we have to work together. But inevitably, the breakdowns and the chaos are catalysts for looking at what needs to change. So this person A, trying to create something in their beaker, might have an explosion, and you're like, oh geez. But you can't allow that to distract you from what you are doing. And again, I'm trying to put this in the best words that I can. And this is what's coming through. Right now, on a collective level and on personal levels, we are digging deep into the shadows, and we are grieving, and we are letting the fire burn everything that we are not, again, personally and collectively. And we're trying to rebuild. And in all of this, it can seem scary, but I choose to hold on to hope. And the only thing I can personally do is raise a daughter who can take this alchemy with her and possibly give it to other people as she grows up. And I'm not saying for her to become a teacher or anything like that. I'm just saying whatever we teach our kids will ripple out, because then they will teach other people. They will bring that into the world just naturally, organically. And the only other thing I can do is keep holding space and teaching people the tools that I've learned that have helped empower me. I can listen, I can hold space, I can gather all of what I'm learning and put that into even my daily practices if I see fit. Everybody I talk to, whether it's a client, a friend, a family member, or even a stranger, I'm learning something. And I use that, and it's a catalyst for me to keep going, to keep moving, to keep creating, to keep helping humans empower themselves. I am not a healer. I'm not here to heal people. I, and this might get a little emotional for me, my goal, not even goal, my purpose in life is to, because I was so disempowered for so long, I want other people to feel empowered and to see their own magic and to turn that into something beautiful. And that is what alchemy is. And part of that is also me doing the work. I have to do the work first. I have to work on my nervous system. I have to deep dive into my shadows. I have to do all of these things because that's how I find the tools to be able to ripple that out into the world. And I have to practice what I preach, so to speak. I'm not trying to preach, but it's terminology here that I can't think of anything else just other than those words. Practice what you preach, because my brain is scattered, right? But I have to take the time it takes to take less time. I have to do this work. I have to, again, regulate my nervous system. and sit in the liminal spaces where it is very uncomfortable because you're going to feel this need to push, 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 push. But at the same time, you have to realize that rest is necessary. I have to realize that rest is necessary because without it, we can't continue forward. It's like working yourself to the bone and then wondering why you're exhausted when you haven't done anything for yourself. Slowing down and allowing yourself to sit in these liminal spaces to create even more powerful transformation within yourself is a radical act of self love and alchemy. It's integration over urgency. And I've had this conversation with a couple of people this week. It's like, yeah, I'm being shown that I have to do, I have to do, I have to do. But at the same time, we have to do things in the steps that they need to go because that's the only sustainable way. We can't expect to go from point A to point Z and then forget everything in between because then we're going to send our bodies, our minds, our souls, everything into some kind of tailspin. We need integration so that our body can meet a new homeostasis as we are moving through these things. So while things feel urgent in those small times, in those times where things feel urgent, like you need to go, 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 pick a small step that you can do. Pick one small step every so often to get to that place where then you can do what feels big. Again, the growth zone, the anxiety zone, and the comfort zone. If we move too quickly into the anxiety zone, our bodies will feel it and then it won't feel safe. The biggest thing here is making sure that our bodies feel safe to do the things. Sometimes and it's determining what that means for you. Sometimes people will say safety is an illusion. And while I understand that kind of thought process, our bodies do have to feel safe in order to move forward. Our nervous systems have to feel safe and they have to trust us. To go, hey, I'm not going to allow what happened before to happen. And the only way to do that is through consistency. And I want to talk about what you could be feeling in this moment. Everybody everywhere is saying they feel heavy, right? Or they feel like they're in this liminal space, or they feel this urgency, or they feel this need to hide even. And it's important to know what is yours and what isn't. I mentioned this in the previous episode. Discerning what's yours and what is not. And that can be a very powerful thing when you realize what you're carrying might not even be yours to carry. And so you can determine, okay, this is mine, or this is collective, or this belongs to this person, or this belongs to this person. And you can go, I don't want to carry that right now. For me, personally, I stay connected to the collective because it's how I do my work. Some people have disconnected from the collective, and we'll talk about that later on. But that is when you start going into disassociation and things like that. Me, I try to stay as connected and aware as possible. But in this moment in time, discerning what is yours and what is not is extremely important if you want to keep moving forward into growth and not reaching that anxiety zone. You might feel heaviness in your body. You might feel like heaviness in your chest. Your thoughts might be scattered like mine. Like my mouth can't even move as quickly as my brain is going. And my brain is scattered in a million different places right now. So right now, I'm having to intentionally slow down so I can give the message that I feel needs to come through. So whatever you're feeling right now, try to play with that. Try to play with asking, is this mine? If it's not, is it something that I am going to learn from? How can I transmute this? How can I alchemize it? And if Like for me, I've been wanting to color a lot lately. I want to go back to like when I was little. It was my form, I believe, of meditation. I colored all of the time. I drew, I created. I am in this mode right now where I'm feeling very creative, but at the same time, I'm having to push myself, but not so much that I cause resistance. Because if we force too much, we will cause resistance. But there's like this weird motivation thing that's happening. And I can't exactly put that into words yet. So, what I need to do is create. And the simplest thing that I can even do that doesn't involve any brain power at all, that I believe will lead me into it's an action that will lead me into more awareness and understanding of what is next, is to color. So, I have all of my coloring books out, and that's what I plan to do. At a time right now when we are feeling so disconnected from one another, it's important to share moments of deeper human connection, intuition, synchronicity. And I've talked about this already, even with strangers. How can you connect with other human beings, even if it's just a little bit? A smile, um, a head nod, just connection so that other people can realize, hey, we're not alone in this. We're all feeling some sort of way, and deepening that connection. Because in a world where they want you to feel like you're disconnected, disempowered, the best thing that we can do is connect and empower ourselves. And that means going out into the world. Or, hey, somebody crossed your mind. I'm not talking about like reaching out for toxic stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you have a friend that crossed your mind, you're like, hey, maybe I should just say hi. I should just reach out. Hey, I made this batch of cookies and it made me think of you because it's your favorite kind of cookie. Just simple acts of connection will lead to bigger feelings of connection. It's like you have a ladder in front of you or a staircase, and you feel like you're taking these small little steps, and the platform seems so far away. But once you get to that platform, you know that there's going to be a beautiful view for you. You just have to take the little steps to get there, because if you try to sprint, you might fall. So, again, I know this is all over the place. My mind is scattered. You can tell more than likely in my energy. It's been a little bit crazy the past couple of days, from going from a huge channel to feeling all of the things, opening up more. So yeah, and everything that I'm dealing with on my own physical level, and just moving very, very quickly. So I want to do a short little visualization. And when I say short, it's extremely short. It's becoming the vessel, like a black cathedral. And I want you to imagine yourself as a cathedral. Right now you feel like you have cracks and you have shadows, but you also have this beautiful stained glass that's illuminated by your inner fire. And in this cathedral is everything that, oh, I'm actually feeling it in my body, is everything that you need to burn up. Imagine that fire that's inside of you. You're that phoenix, and it's just burning everything that it no longer needs. And you sit in this space, this beautiful architectural space that is meant for you in that moment, in your shadows, and everything, all of the beautiful architecture is just illuminated. This fire will not destroy the cathedral, but it will illuminate its architecture. It will illuminate the colors, the beautiful colors within the stained glass, and it will burn away all of the garbage, leaving you with this space that you can hold yourself in. And you'll be able to see things a little bit more clearly. This is alchemizing. Alchemy is not about perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. And if we keep trying to reach this place of perfection, it's just not going to happen. And this is more of a process, and alchemy is more of a process of holding space for your transformation within and seeing what is possible and becoming whole. And all of my crazy ramblings today, um, I think that's all I have for you. I want to thank you for being here. I want to remind you that you are not broken. You are unbecoming everything that you aren't, and you are becoming everything that you are. Give yourself grace and know that people might be feeling more like you than you think. And well, we're all going through it. We're just doing it in our own ways. Things are scattered, they're messy, they're chaotic, but they're still alchemy. And even if you feel like you're taking a couple of steps back, you're not necessarily, because when you go forward, you're going from experience and knowledge. I do not take you being here with me lightly. I know that time is a valuable resource that we cannot get back. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to invite you to choose something that can help ground you today, and some kind of connection. On my tracker that I have for my habits, every day I choose at least one thing to share with someone, to be intentionally vulnerable. That's how I continue to connect. And this will help you in your own alchemical practice. Again, thank you for being here. This is Inspired Perpetual Alchemy, no matter how messy, no matter how chaotic. Thank you for being patient with me and all of my scattered messiness. It is what it is. And we continue to move forward. And until next time, keep creating alchemy. If you need a place, we have the Inspired Alchemy Collective. If you need someone to talk to, reach out. It doesn't have to be me, but I am available. And I know other people that are too, that are willing to hold space for you. You aren't alone in this. You are an alchemist if you are here. I believe in you. I believe that you are capable and you are loved. Please keep going.